Good morning, everyone. It's Lazy Sunday. My daughter is back. Yes. My grandson came down. She brought some things with her for the children, just little things. And my grandson comes down and says, "Grady, you want a jelly bean?" I said, "Yeah, sure. Give me that jelly bean." Popped it in. They started laughing and I'm chewing on it and going, "Man, that tastes bad." And both of my grandchildren just started laughing. He said, "Gracie, it's vomit." I've been had with one of those nasty jelly beans. Anyway, I could not even eat it. I mean, it was so gross. And I ended up spitting it out. My daughter even came down. She was, "How was it, Mom?" It was terrible. And look what I got. Aren't they cute? Yes. Anyway, so, and they feel really good. I usually can only keep earrings in for a short amount of time. But these I've had in since yesterday. I didn't even take them out at night just to see. And, oh, look at that. Aww. So cute. And we lost one of the little baby birds. There's another one up there. I heard it last night. And one of them fell out of the nest. We didn't see it until it was already passed away. And the children they wanted to pick it. I said, "No, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. We'll if it's necessary, we'll clean it up in a day or so." "Oh, why did I do that?" "Well, you should see it now. It's just about gone. Whatever, the ants, this, that, they took care of that." "Yes." "Oh, no. All right." Anyway, so that was a little sad. And the mom, dad, they're definitely not happy with us being out here. And the dog came out yesterday. Baby came out and just did her business. And that dog just about nicked her on the head. Anyway, so not necessarily a good place, right? Yes, but there it is. Then Mom, Dad, and my grandson went out to eat. And my granddaughter didn't want to go, so she stayed here, and I fixed her something to eat. And she likes to hang with Grozy. So anyway, so they came back, and my daughter comes down. She has a little pizza box in her hand. I said, "Oh." I said, "Did you bring me something?" And she said, "Well, let me tell you, this is what happened." Because I usually tell her, "Don't bring me anything extra. That's not what I need. I'd rather eat something here." She says, "Well, this is what happened." So she made her order, and her order didn't show up. So after waiting for so long, and everybody already had their food, they came and said, Did we not make yours or something?" She said, "Well, I don't know." So they made it again, and then realized, no, it was made. So they had two, and when she left, she said, "Here, just take this too." And so she comes and says, "Look, Mom, free dinner for you." And it was good. It was a traditional Italian tomato, basil. That was good. It was actually really good. This was a good pizza. So I ate some of it and then handed the rest to her. I said, "Take this up for your lunch tomorrow or something." Anyway, but isn't that something here, right? I feel like Spirit World just kind of takes care of me like that, or these little things where at no cost to other people I'm being provided for. I notice things like that. That's kind of cute. Thank you, guys. Anyway, let's get going here. I slept so good. Again, I sleep so well now here. It might be that memory mattress. It's literally, you turn around and your body just kind of wherever, I guess it's the heaviest, which of course for me it's my hips. It just kind of sinks in. You're going, I wonder how far that's going to go. gotta sleep really, really good. So I wake up in the morning going, I gotta wake up. I'm like in this fog a little bit, right? Well, anyway. So let's get going in Tobit here. Got my right glasses. It's a beautiful day here again. It's just beautiful. It's living right by this creek with the tree lines, like a little forest, you know, of I don't know how wide it is, but little forest and everywhere they left. You can tell they left as many trees as they could wherever they're building, and it gosh, it still serves the wildlife here. Yeah. That wasn't all destroyed. I like that. Rather than come in and just raise everything down, they're really building around all the trees and uh, and make the homes here a part of the environment rather than a completely new environment where then there's so many rabbits here. And I say, coyotes. So many rabbits and birds. The birds are amazing here and how many there are. So beautiful. And of course in the background you can hear all the traffic, yes. Interestingly enough, I watch the videos sometimes again, just to see if everything came out the way it needed to be, and I can hear the background noise of the traffic, which I hear it right now because I'm talking about it, but otherwise I'm not hearing that. So it kind of doesn't, it's a bit quiet here otherwise. I like that. Again, and at my other daughter's home, it's the same. At my son's home, it's the same as well, though they live pretty much right in the middle of town, city. Yeah. All right, we are in the book of Tobit 12, the Revelation. Oh, here we go. What is that now? When the wedding feast was over, Tobit called his son Tobias and said, "My son, you ought to think about paying the amount due to your fellow traveler. Give him more than the figure agreed on." "Father," he replied, "how much am I to give him for his help? Even if I give him half the goods he brought back with me, I shall not be the loser. He has brought me back safe and sound. He has cured my wife. He has brought the money back too, and now he has cured you as well. How much am I to give him for all this?" Tobit said, "He has richly earned half what he brought back." So Tobias called his companion and said, "Take half of what you brought back in payment for all you have done, and go in peace." Then Raphael took them both aside and said, "Bless God, utter his praise before all the living for the favor he has shown you. Bless and extol his name. Proclaim before all people the deeds of God as they deserve, and never tire of giving him thanks." What did I just do about the dinner, right, last night? Yes. Oh, did it really go like that? Did really Heavenly Parent have a hand in it, or spirit world? Well, what does Raphael say here to Tobit and Tobias? When you experience God's grace, don't be shy. Don't be shy to praise that, to talk about it, to share it and teach it. Yes? If people were to do that as much as they like to complain out there about who knows what, wow, wouldn't this be a wonderful, beautiful world of praise for our Heavenly Parent? It is right to keep the secret of a king, yet right to reveal and publish the works of God as they deserve. Do what is good, and no evil can befall you. Prayer with fasting and alms with uprightness are better than riches with iniquity. Better to practice almsgiving than to hoard up gold. Almsgiving saves from death and purges every kind of sin. Those who give alms have their fill of days. Those who commit sin and do evil bring harm on themselves. That's that, right? Yes, it's not just about letting people know, "Why are you doing that? That's just not right." according to the Ten Commandments, this, that. Oh, what, for everyone else around? Well, yeah, but mainly for the person herself. That's how I often feel. This is for you? You think it's going to matter to me? And I try to let someone know. I said, you can't do that. This is wrong. Well, so what? Well, don't. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm going on that restoration path. Right? And obviously in my life, I get enough signs. Have enough communication with spirit world all that I know I'm going in the right direction. So, when there is someone giving you good advice, one should just, as I said, reflect before you react. And then see, oh, wait a minute. It's for yourself. It's for yourself, and it goes wonderful when it all goes in the right direction. Now, be prepared for other things too. With great love comes sorrow. Yes, that's how it is. And acknowledge that when certain things are happening in your life, what did you do to deserve it? In a way. Anyway. But here it is. Those who give alms have their fill of days. Those who commit sin and do evil bring harm on themselves. In eternal life, yeah, you do. I am going to tell you the whole truth, hiding nothing from you. I have already told you that it is right to keep the secret of a king, yet right to reveal in a worthy way the words of God. So you must know that when you and Sarah were at prayer, it was I who offered your supplications before the glory of the Lord and who read them. So too, when you were burying the dead, when you did not hesitate to get up and leave the table to go and bury a dead man, I was sent to test your faith, and at the same time God sent me to heal you and your daughter-in-law Sarah. I am Raphael, one of the 7 angels who stand ever ready to enter the presence of the glory of the Lord. So it says here again, which I disagree with, and I will always disagree with that I was sent to test your faith. Well, in the way, again, that we are, as human beings, created in the image of our Heavenly Parent, it's not so much as a test, but we lay foundations. We lay foundations then for things, right, in spirit world to be able to work with us, right? Yes, that's what it is. Without foundations, you can't live in a home that doesn't have a good foundation, or rather, build a house on top of no foundation, right? Yes? Does that make sense? You've got to first plant a seed before a tree, or whatever, tomatoes, beans, can come up. Before that can come up, and then also you have to water it. So that's the foundation of a seed. Sun, water, and earth. If the seed's not there, if the water isn't there, if the dirt isn't there, if the sunlight isn't there, it won't happen. It won't matter how much you're going to do. It's not going to happen. Or not do. Yes? It's the not doing. So, Raphael sent by Heavenly Parent to go see what their foundations are like. Or like he wouldn't know himself. God wouldn't know himself. Huh? Raphael then was set in place through Azarias to make it in the physical happen. Angels can't show themselves otherwise physically. It's not happening. All right, someone that has a spiritual sight like I do, yeah, Okay, is my spiritual sight always on? No. It is there as needed. Yes. And I told the story about the angel, my own guardian angel, that I was privy to see. Yes. Yeah. Oh, in its total forms? No, 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 no. But anyway, I already told that story. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was just beautiful. And absolute happiness I felt before that, because I was going somewhere to meet brothers and sisters in faith, and I hadn't seen any of them in a long time, years, and I had this possibility to go, and I was so elated and happy to be able to do that. I was so excited. Yes. And on that drive I saw the wings of my guardian angel wrapping around me. Oh, it was beautiful. It's absolutely. It's like, it's like that guardian angel soaked up my elation and happiness over an event I was going to, and brought that where. All right. My life, a great life. Worked for it, built many foundations. Yes. So to me, that is that. Yes. All right, they were both overwhelmed with awe. They fell on their faces in terror. Oh, realizing now that, they were guided actually by, okay. But the angel said, "Do not be afraid. Peace be with you. Bless God forever. As far as I was concerned when I was with you, my presence was not by any decision of mine, but by the will of God. He is the one whom you must bless as long as you live. He the one that you must praise. You thought you saw me eating, but that was appearance and no more. Now bless the Lord on earth and give thanks to God. I am about to return to him who sent me from above. Write down all that has happened." And he rose in the air. When they stood up again, he was no longer visible. They praised God with hymns. They thanked him for having performed such wonders. Had not an angel of God appeared to them? So it seems like that with all this happening, there was a space suddenly created where I have no doubt when Tobit and Tobias were praying together, maybe, or something. It doesn't quite say that like that in here. They suddenly, Raphael became a part of the prayer. Yes, I'm just saying, it does work that way as well. Anywho, unless you experience these things on your own, you're not ever going to truly understand how this is actually, could this be happening. It says in the beginning it's a tale. What does that tell us? All right. Yet, can it happen like that? Absolutely. I've experienced this kind of stuff in my life since childhood. That's the end of 12, by the way. I saw one where it's going around. Sometimes things just go around, and it was the story goes like this. When I was little, and I was afraid of ghosts, and my mom said that go around with the vacuum cleaner and vacuum up all the ghosts, right? So and one way to get what? The kid to do the chore of vacuuming. It's not that I didn't have some scary experiences as a child when it comes to spirit world, but I was a child, and due to the fact that my mom's prayer life was so huge, I was very well protected, but sometimes something did try to get through. And I remember feeling as if I should be afraid. Did you hear what I said? That I should be afraid. That my awareness suddenly of something around me that shouldn't be there or wasn't quite kosher was around me. But as far as having give and take with spirit world, is it with angels or spirits? As I said, I didn't know that was a thing. I just thought that was how it was. for everyone until I realized it wasn't like that for everyone. I could walk through graveyards and feel at home at night. Which adults like to walk through graveyards at night? I'm just saying. For me as a kid, it was no problem. I walked into the chapel we had where the dead were laid out, and the kids wanted to go and see, right? And I was there, said, "Hey, Daniela, go with us, because you always go ahead first." And I said, "Sure, let's go." And we would, and here I go in, and here are all the skulls and the little niches, and then the person, one or two, laid out in the coffins, right? And I would go up and look, and yep, they're dead. You come on in. So interesting on how all these children, I was a child, would feel safe with me there, right? Yes? Anyway, so, but as far as being scared, I was scared of the dark for a long time, but that didn't keep me from, that didn't mean I had to have a light on or anything. And that had another source though, which over time I completely lost. I've walked, okay, now as an adult. Now as a child, I was not allowed to go into the woods at night. Okay, you can get lost. but but as an adult, where we live, I had to walk home in the dark many times. As well, thankfully, even as an adult, I'm smart enough to, I didn't have a compass. At one time, I went looking for baby goats, and I didn't have a compass with me. And I'm going, oh dear. And you can get lost. I can get lost very easily without directions. And in our woods, you get lost. You could get turned around very easily and suddenly not know where you're at anymore. And it's not like you just walk a little and then find a road. There's miles and miles of nothing but wilderness, okay, in our Kentucky mountains. So I had to turn around before it got really dark, and I found the baby goats. I ended up using the pendulum. I could not figure out, it was getting dark. I knew they weren't going to make a sound wherever they are at. And the mom kept hollering for them, and eventually stopped, again, because it got dark, and that's when the predators come out in our mountains too. And I thought, I can't leave those babies, the three of them. And I thought, I've got to find these babies. So I went and got my pendulum, hadn't used it in years. I went to the mom, and I'm going, okay, where are these babies? And I did it within, how many yards from the enclosure that they were in. And during the at night. And it said 200 yards. 200 yards. That'd be just right here somewhere. And I I started walking a circle. And I kept looking and looking, and I found them about 200 yards off the house and the enclosure where they were down by the pond. There was a log, and there was a little hole, or a little, like a dip like this in it, and they were all three nestled in there asleep. So I was able to get him out, bring him back to mom. Yes. They were far enough from the house and anything else, and we keep the dogs in an enclosure at night as well, right in the front yard. A coyote could have come and killed all three of them, but it didn't happen. So what did I get to that? The dark. Walking in the dark, even on a road, is taking a chance of stepping on what? A copperhead. Yeah. But anyway, so as a child, was I afraid of ghosts or spirits? No, I wasn't. Because I had my experiences with them, and most of them were not scary. And when there was something, again, where I felt, not only happened a few times while I was growing up, I just became noisy. I remember I would talk to myself. Do walk this really dark alley, and it was okay. So it was this dark alley naturally. Well, as I said, yeah, I just felt that something was following me, and I just started talking. So, well, I'm not unaware, so there is that to begin with, and so on. And I made it home just fine. Anywho, but there was one thing about that alley. I never walked that alley at night again, ever. I learned my lesson to not do things where I'm going to be exposed suddenly to a danger that there wasn't anybody around. Yes? Okay. All right, so there it is. Oh, but that would have been a real person and not spirits. I think that most people's depressions, anxiety, and this and that starts to happen because their system, their spiritual nature, starts to overload with fear. And when you are overloaded with fear, yes, get so scared that it's your heart starts to pump, and the adrenaline starts going, this and that, then you're overloading your spirit nature as well, not just physically, but your spirit nature. And sometimes that takes time to balance out again. And if people aren't doing that, say with prayer to stabilize that fear, or with knowledge, go and read up on things, yes, stabilize that again, then on top of that, then anything that comes along that depicts fear or creates fear, it just builds and builds and builds and builds. Yes, and then certain things just start happening. Anyway, I'm just saying. So, foundations. Build a foundation. Start building a foundation where fear doesn't have a hold on you. Oh, am I talking? There's healthy fear. Like, yeah, there's just certain things I'm not going to do. Okay, because I could break my back doing that. I could. Okay, now really, stuff that I see people and say, "What the heck would you do that if you don't have to?" Well, you got not enough to do out there. Otherwise, doing stunts, this, that. I'm just saying, taking chances, or to say, why play with your life like that? Don't respect your own life. Yeah, most likely you won't respect anyone else's. Right? What's it say here? What did I read twice? No, just say. All right. Well, this is it. That's all I have to say. The revelation. So, Tobit and Tobias, right, after talking to Azarias, hey, we're going to give you half of what we brought back, right? Which is very, very generous. That's generous, isn't it? Yes. Share. Then it's almost as if Raphael then made himself known. Yeah. How that exactly worked? Well, again, it's supposedly a tale. I'm just saying. But these are just wonderful lessons. Yes, and they're not just tales. I don't just view this as a tale. This is amazing guidance for people. After all these hundreds, thousands of years, this is amazing. The Book of Tobit is amazing guidance. Yes, I'm still going to try that gal stuff. I don't know about the liver. There are other herbs to cleanse certain spiritual disturbances, or to, I don't even do that anymore. I don't like to do that, because if whatever spirit comes around, I try to do what? Yes, help restore. Give a choice. Right? Yes. Now, if I find, and has happened before too, when my children were younger, I find nothing around my grandchildren. Okay, nothing. bad around to my children when we moved into that one new house. Now, if I find that spirits are trying to bother children when I'm around, yeah, that's not happening. I immediately start at that time. I immediately start. Oh, okay. So what do I do? An exorcism? No, I started a condition where they had in the house. Well, I cleansed the house, and then where they absolutely had no foundation anymore. You don't belong here anymore. This does not belong to you anymore. And if you're doing that to children, okay, like what? It wasn't anything serious, but I knew that they were there. So again, was it to alert me that they are there because they needed help, and I was too busy as a mom with little children, this and that. But I was worried because we had a set of steps that the children had to be very careful on, for example. And so that's what I did. Said, okay, I'm going to do a restoration, a liberation ceremony there were 3 of them for you guys. And after that, you have to leave this house. You got to go someplace else. But I'll give you a good enough foundation in spirit world that you can move on. And they did. And it turned out all right. But, so, there it is. Yes, would it be nice every child would have someone like me around? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do what we can. So, Book of Tobit. I like it. I think we only have one left. Great lessons. 2. We have 2 left. 13 and 14. And then we're in the Book of Judith. Nice lessons that I can also, again, it's not just me talking. It's almost as if, it is, with the Bible, that when you find the true words of God, our Heavenly Parent, it helps us, the teachers here on earth, yes, that's what we are, okay, helps us with our own experiences, the experiences that we have, then that supports. This is the foundation right here. See this? That's the foundation. Yes? And we build upon that. This is not the house. It's the foundation. Yes? I love that. You guys have come up with all kinds of great stuff on how to teach people. You can't take the credit all myself. All right. So there it is. That's what I have to share this morning. It's beautiful. It's cool right now. Oh, it's going to get hot and humid. I just don't want to. We're just fine. Oh, my granddaughter and I, we ended up playing that Sky Joe. It's a great game. And, okay, I'll finish with this. And we played one game, and it was clear that she had lost, but she's like, I'm always losing. And I said, well, we don't have to count the points. It doesn't matter who won. Let's just play again. Okay. No counting points, so we don't really know who won, right? Though it kind of was apparent. So we played again, right? And this time it was a little iffy, so put it in, like, I don't ever win. And then the third game, we played about 4 games. She won. It was clear, very clear who won, right? Yeah, no, I don't let children win. She's very little, so games that we play that are a little harder to play still for her, we make allowances for her because that's how she learns as well. But as far as, I'm going to pretend to lose, no, that's not helping children, people. So anyway, so she won. So I said, here we go. I said, look, you won. You absolutely, look, there's no way Rosie could win this time, right? Even if we're not counting, you absolutely won. One could see that on the cards. And I said, and here's the thing now. You can never, ever say again that you're always losing because you just won. And she's won other games before. And so there it is. You can never, ever say that again. She looked at me, she said, oh, that's right. I said, yes. We win some and we lose some. Right? But to say, I never, right? You can't say that anymore because definitely won this time. That's how I teach children to become a little less dramatic when it comes to stuff like that. I said, if people were to praise all the wonderful things in their life and truly witness out there about our Heavenly Parent, the beauty, what love is truly, this and that, and I don't know what, that with sorrow comes with that too. If they were to do that, as much as they complain and lament, yes, my granddaughter cannot ever say that again. Not with me around. I'll say, oh, that's not true, because I was there and we had this conversation. Yeah, see? Yeah. Okay. And that is it. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, embrace you with love, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow.